Welcome into Trenton Today, as we're here once a month from the beautiful campus of Trenton Central High School. I'm your host this month, Matt Mirro. Trenton Today, as it always is brought to you by Capital Health and Haldeman Ford Subaru in nearby Hamilton each month. We normally meet with the mayor, Trenton Mayor Reed Gassiori. The last few times we've been lucky enough to talk to some Trenton city officials, workers, and it's been a real honor to do that. And I think it's important for everyone listening and viewing to get an idea of each kind of portion of the city and the values and the uniqueness of it. And we have a very special show this month as well. Before we start, we can't thank enough for all of the Trenton Central students involved in this. I'm just talking. There's just cameras and audio and engineers. Our own Brand O'Neill's here that's taking care of all the elements to be on air today. Montanel, who's a senior here, is the audio element for it. Ben Odrago, who's over there making sure the appropriate cameras are on the right person. We can't thank both of them and us. Two camera operators came in late. I'm going to get their names on the break, and we'll talk to them maybe later in the show. But we can't thank all the students enough. Mr. Alvin Francis, Mr. Mario Coligno, we just take over their entire workspace once a month, so it's we appreciate them allowing us to do that. And we appreciate the time here today from the Trenton Department of Health. We can't thank Principal Registered Environmental Health Specialist Taher Mohamed-Ali for coming on. Also joined by, and if I mispronounce your name, it's your job to correct it. Joselyn Davila. Yes. You today. She's the Public Health Inspector for lead. So we can't thank both of you for joining us here this month.
Most welcome.
Each job has a uniqueness to it, and I'll start with you, Taher. First one, how long have you been with the city in the role you're in right now?
So I've been in public health altogether for about 10 years now, but I've been with the city of Trenton for 2 years.
Each role is unique. I kind of mentioned before that. What do you see some uniqueness, in your role now and working here in the city of Trenton?
Well, being that it's an urban environment, as I mentioned to you previously, we implement a variety of public health programs.
Absolutely.
But the two main areas that we currently focus on are going to be retail food safety,
right,
as well as childhood lead prevention, lead poisoning prevention.
Right.
So those are the two most unique areas that we sort of specialize in.
Have you worked in neighboring communities or areas to where you make Trenton some, either for better or worse, kind of unique, and some things you have to work on, things that maybe don't need as much assistance that you can kind of peel back? Do you notice anything different about working here?
Absolutely. So the housing stock in the city of Trenton is on the older side. And so we have a lot of lead-based paint in our housing stock, and that presents a hazard for a lot of the children in the city.
I'm sorry. Yeah, finish up.
The other piece is that we have over 600 retail food facilities throughout the city.
Wow.
And they each require health inspections just to make sure that their food supply is safe.
And now, is that something done monthly, quarterly, annually, or is it? Okay.
Annually.
So that's a big commitment from you. So that's 600 places that are putting food out to consumers and people, not just in Trenton, but this is the state capital of New Jersey, so people across New Jersey. Is there ever a cross-pollination where you're interacting either with statewide officials or federal officials or things like that? Or
absolutely, we're always collaborating with other agencies at both the county and the state level. And sometimes at the federal level.
Really?
Because a lot of our grants come from federal sources.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Jocelyn will bring you in. Joselyn Davila.
Yes.
I did it right this time. Mr. Mohamed-Ali, Taher Mohamed-Ali mentioned how important and how involved your job is as the public health investigator for lead. Have you, first off, how long have you been in that role with the city?
I have been a lead inspector for the city of Trenton for the past, I want to say, going on 4 years.
Okay.
Yes. But I've been with the city for the past 8 years.
All in health or a variety of roles? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So lead is a big umbrage. I mean, there's a lot of, as he mentioned, housing, buildings involved with that. There's no days off. There's days off for you, is there?
No.
What's been the most challenging, element, if you feel, of the day-to-day operationals, for you, Jocelyn?
Honestly, the only challenging part about the lead inspections is getting the abatements.
Really?
Yes. Because a lot of these landlords in Trenton, don't always comply.
Right.
So it's pretty hard for us to get these abatements, but we're working.
Good. It's really important the work you do because
Yes.
I think nationally, locally, between water and lead paint and other things has become frontal lobe for a lot of people. Maybe for a long juncture of time, people didn't think about it. But with kids in the house and generational families now, grandparents maybe watching 5-year-olds in these older homes, which maybe, that in the 80s and 70s, those kids turned 20 or 30, but now you have a whole new generation, these houses potentially you mentioned lead paint or
Right.
those elements. Is that kind of a sticking point when you talk to people, that it's a whole generation maybe you're trying to help and not harm in any way? Or?
Yes.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, an element of our lead inspections are actually kind of reactive, meaning we get involved after a child gets poisoned.
Yeah.
So most of our work is sort of reactive after someone gets poisoned.
Are there remedies, if you are a business owner or homeowner, or ways that you can interact with your office, Joselyn, or to hear with you as well to get ahead of it, or whether it's dropping off samples? Again, I don't want to speak too much, for your job. Is there ways to kind of get ahead of those elements, or?
I think the educational piece helps a lot because the lead paint itself is not necessarily a hazard until it deteriorates
Okay.
and turns into dust.
Got it.
We do have a lot of events in the summertime. It's called like the lead series.
Okay.
And we go to each park in every ward in the city of Trenton, and we do have our lead nurses there on standby, and they can do capillary blood testing.
Okay.
And with that, it's kind of to give like an early detection on if the child does have any lead in their blood system. So yeah, we do some preventative
That's great.
things, but like Taher said, we mostly go out when a child is already poisoned.
Sure.
And the state alerts us.
If you go to those, got it. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry. With
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
said, we recently received a grant for remediations. It hasn't been sort of like rolled out yet, but I think that grant is going to focus on early prevention.
That's great. If you do go to one of your events you mentioned, and you maybe take a blood test or get and what was the test name again? The
Capillary. It's like a fingerprint.
Okay. Are there ways, if they do have trace lead elements in your blood, to remedy it, or is there ways to combat that, or is it
So if there is signs of lead in the blood system, if I'm not mistaken, the nurses will contact that family to let them know, to take the child to their primary physician to go get actual venous blood tests.
Okay.
Yes.
It's got to feel really nice though as well, because you mentioned both you and Taher that you're kind of on the opposite end of it, where you're getting the bad phone calls where people are saying we have a poison situation here. It's got to feel good, these pop events, to know you may potentially prevented it getting worse, or it's early detection.
Absolutely. It's very rewarding.
Yeah.
Preventing people from getting sick or from getting poisoned more. It does feel good.
Good. Same way, I know we'll bring Alan Gong on later as well to talk about food, but same way as well. Food safety is critical. We talk in Pennsylvania with the bird flu right now becoming just like so enormous. I'm sure you're feeling that as well on your end. I don't want to get too much into it without Alan, but it's got to feel nice to know that there's preventative measures, Joselyn, from your office, and as well to help residents and business owners and state officials that are in your city every day. They're in these buildings that potentially. Have that situation. Is there a case study? I know you mentioned the dust element. Are there ways to be proactive as a business owner or resident with some of those lead elements that we mentioned, Joselyn? Or clean? Yes. Okay.
Clean, because the lead dust is the main source for these children to get poisoned. So, yes.
So in my dumb brain, I'm physically thinking kids eating paint chips, but it's more or less just the dust from it.
More so,
On
yes.
surfaces,
Yeah.
Well, a lot of kids do eat chips. We call that pica.
Okay.
Very few kids actually have that tendency.
Okay.
But it's mostly the dust that lands on surfaces. And if you have a crawling baby, gets dust on the hands, and then eats without washing hands.
Now, if you're watching this, what are some, and you've seen, Joselyn, some early signs that you may have ingested lead, or there could be some lead poison that you've heard maybe from residents or business owners or people in Trenton that maybe you say you have to go see a physician because it could be.
Right.
Are there telltale signs sometimes? Does it vary, or?
I would say there's early signs as in like irritability,
Impulsivity.
vomiting.
Okay.
Yes.
hyperactivity.
Yeah, just delays in general.
Got it.
Speech
And actually
delays.
violent behavior as well.
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So it's not
Kinda, like
okay.
you said.
So this is tough because obviously, if you have a runny nose or a fever, you can assume it's a cold or a flu or something like that.
Right.
These are some unique elements that you have to go to a physician and they'll have to kind of just start checking things off the list. So it makes it even harder for you guys because it's kind of in essence the way I'm hearing, it can come kind of silently where you don't even know until it's at a point where it can be deadly. How deadly is it once you do get the consumption of lead? Just so the residents and business owners know how important it is. Is it something that is
Seizures,
okay?
coma, death.
When you get to that point, can you remedy it? Is there a high?
After the
Relation.
level of 45, yes, the child would get admitted into the hospital. So they
Okay.
would have to go through a process called chelation. It's kind of, you want to take a little more in depth about
Yeah,
it?
they essentially they tap into your blood and they try to filter it out in a way.
Okay.
But it's such a harsh process. It's actually not
Really?
preferable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
But,
tough.
so just as a heads up, like our division, we're mostly involved in the environmental intervention portion.
Okay.
We do have another division, the nursing division. They're more involved in medical aspects.
Got it. Okay. Some of the things you're mentioning, right? You mentioned, some of the programs you guys do in the spring and summer and the fall to help that. Do you see a positive kind of outlook from residents and business owners when you have these pop-up events? Do they like you being there and it's a big help to them?
Of course. And sometimes I'll bring out our XRF analyzer to those events. And
what is that?
The XRF analyzer is what we use to test the lead paint in the home.
Okay.
So we do each component in the house, every component to a door, to a window, to a stairwell, and it'll shoot through like 27 layers of paint. So
Wow.
no matter how many times you keep painting, if the lead paint is under it, it's going to detect it. So with that, though, it doesn't just test the lead paint. If families want to bring spices or utensils or
Any
toys.
consumer.
Right, okay.
To
Wow.
the events, we can test it right there on the spot.
Wow. That's great.
Because it's not always the lead paint that the child can be poisoned by.
And you educated me. You're right. If the dust goes on anything, food, utensils,
Yes,
a
food
kitchen
too.
table, whatever.
I had one case in particular, the child lived in a home that was lead free, so we didn't have to do an inspection. So we were like, what could it be? We asked the mom, is there anything in his diet that's new? And it was the peanut butter from Aldi's. The cream
Wow.
like
Yeah.
specifically.
Wow.
He was,
Mental note that.
yeah,
Okay.
he was eating that and drinking the Nestle Cafe ground coffee.
Okay.
And I tested it and it came back positive. So once he took that out of his diet, it was his
Wow.
levels went down. So the nurse was able to discharge him. So it's not always just the lead paint or the dust.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes we find it in consumer products that are sold in the stores. And so there's a database that we report these things to.
Okay.
And that's how sometimes they make connections and, make public announcements to pull things off the shelves.
So you were like a real investigator in that case. You went to you felt like a
Yeah.
Law and Order NCI
That
said.
was one of the craziest cases I've had.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You mentioned that what's the product with the X name they can bring to events? They can test it?
XRF analyzer.
Is that something that without calling your office, you have to call, I guess, and have a pretty good case for you to come out and do a test of that nature, or is it?
We, for the most part, primarily do it when we do the childhood lead poisoning inspections.
Okay, got it.
Or if we're at the events. But if a family wants to stop by our office and get something tested, I don't mind doing it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So our primary role is really enforcement.
Right.
But there are other agencies that have the capacity for
Okay.
the public to go and ask.
Perfect. Good. That's fantastic. Well, we have flown through our first segment here. We're going to step aside, take a short break, bring on Alan Gong, who's going to talk about some of the food elements we mentioned as well. Jocelyn, I think we're going to bring you back, so just get loose, get ready, because we're going to bring you back. But really appreciate your time today. Joselyn Davila from the Public Health Investigative Lead Department. We can't thank you enough for your time, what you do for the city of Trenton, and stepping on Trenton Today. So we really appreciate it. We're going to step aside, take a short break, and come back with Trenton Today here for live from Trenton Central High School on WBCB, presented by Capital Health and Haldeman Ford Subaru. We'll be right back.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Merrill Reese, here to tell you about my good friends at Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. For outstanding sales and service, you can depend on the folks at Haldeman Ford Subaru for the best value on new and pre-owned Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with a great selection of value-priced new and pre-owned Subarus. And no one offers the service that Haldeman does in their huge, state-of-the-art service facility. Service so great that many area municipalities and commercial fleets get their service performed by Haldeman Ford Subaru. From Langhorne to Princeton, folks like you to commercial fleets trust the name Haldeman for sales and service. Haldeman Ford Subaru, Route 33 in Hamilton Township.
Are you a parrot head? Not that kind. That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video stream live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers.
Welcome back here to Trenton Today here on WBCB, presented as always by Capital Health and Haldeman Ford Subaru. Once a month, I invade Mr. Alvin Francis and Mario Coligno's office here, and we take it over. Brian O'Neill demands the best, so we come here and we get the best and the brightest students from Trenton Central. Ben Odrago is doing all the camera elements. Montanel is doing the audio elements. Two new camera operators. Is this their first time, Mario, doing camera or no? Do you know off the top of it?
Yes.
Two new ones?
Two new.
Beautiful. Armani's a junior who wants to be in athletics in some variety, and Lascari, who's a junior, police or nurse, wants to help people to hear, just like you in your office.
Right.
She wants to help people, so that's great. So we can't thank all of them enough for being a part of the show here today. Once again, we have Taher Mohamed-Ali, the Principal Registered Environmental Health Specialist, REHS. Alan taught me that. Nice acronym. We like acronyms here. Makes it easier to say. Last segment we brought on Joselyn Davila, who was part of the lead team there, talked about some great initiatives in there. But I know you mentioned kind of your role here is almost two-pronged, what involves the lead and the retail foods, and I know that's why you want to bring Alan on as well. Alan, we can't thank you so much for being on today. So how long have you been with the city, Alan, in your role?
I've been with the city for just over 1 year.
And how's it been?
It's been a very interesting experience. I've learned a lot since coming to Trenton. It's also been pretty fulfilling overall.
It's a unique role you have, and an important one. You know, we talked a lot about how not just locally, but it kind of fans out. Where there's individuals eating from North Jersey, Pennsylvania, maybe other neighboring states that come to your area, and then fan out, you know, across the Northeast corridor. That's a really unique perspective to hear for your role in the food and Alan's as well.
Absolutely.
What do you see as the biggest individual challenge when it comes to retail food, you know, here in this area?
Individual challenge. Well, we have a variety of retail food facilities, and including bodegas, schools, daycares.
Yeah. I'll kind of jump in real fast, if you don't mind. There's so many different cultures here in Trenton, which makes it unique. And I know you mentioned earlier unique work in an urban area, but you kind of have to be educated in maybe all those cultures. I know we were talking before the show, about you fasting as well for religious reasons. It makes it even more of a challenge, maybe for you as well, Alan, to just embrace and know and figure out all these cultures and why they're doing it this way, or the potential reason why they did these things.
Absolutely. So we have a diverse amount of retail food facilities, including cultural diversity. I'm personally learning Spanish so I can communicate better with certain business owners. So I think that's probably one of the most interesting parts.
Alan, what did you mention? It's been both, unique and rewarding. What has been one of the more rewarding elements, you've seen the last year or so in your role? Don't hold back.
It's a little difficult to go into specifics, but broadly speaking, when there is a big improvement, whether it's in the short term or in the long term, I come back a year later and I see that they're continuing to do things well. That is encouraging.
Absolutely.
Have you noticed, and I know Taher, from the lead standpoint, is food similarly to where we're kind of on the back end, where we're getting, whether it's an outbreak or an issue or concern, we're not, rather than be preventative, we're kind of on the back end with food as well, similar fashion, or is it?
We're actually more on the prevention side, release of food, and also education is like a big piece. We require that a lot of the food handlers are certified in food safety. And we educate them every time we go out and do an inspection. We don't just enforce the regulations, but we educate them on the regulations and the value of the food safety elements.
Alan, I guess that's your role as well, to kind of just reinforce some of the educational and demands that are needed to handle people's palates and food and all those things.
Definitely. I would say that when it comes down to it, the majority of the work is educational, and like Taher said, explaining the reasons for the requirements and regulations is very important because, people, I think, should understand that we aren't going into their stores to basically boss them around for fun.
Right.
We are trying to make sure that people do not have to worry about getting sick from the food that they eat.
You mentioned education is such a big part of it. I'm going to just ask you, because I told you I'm not, there's not a lot going around up here. Give me two poultry, or one, Alan, or you, Taher, things that we can do, maybe if you're listening, maybe we didn't think of, that's an easy solution to stop, prevent, or potentially help individuals from maybe not getting a foodborne illness or anything like that, or things that you would advise people to do, whether it's...
The best tool for preventing foodborne illness is actually washing your hands.
Okay, I can do that. It's an easy one. Good start.
That's the best way.
And it's that simple. I mean, you can literally just go from one place to the other without washing your hands and create some sort of illness without knowing it.
Right.
Wow.
And also, sometimes I see people wearing gloves, but they don't know why they're wearing gloves.
Right.
I call them magical gloves because they'll handle food, they'll take out the trash, they'll scratch their head with the same glove. And so, just because you see a glove, it doesn't mean that it's actually being used properly.
That's something I find I have to explain to people a lot. Basically, I say, imagine you have dirty hands, you go to put on gloves, and then you go touch something else. Well, the dirt from your hands got on the gloves in the process of putting them on, so we still have a problem.
I've seen a lot of cooking shows and like that where they'll go into a kitchen and see chefs handling raw chicken to raw eggs, and they put those black lights where they think they're being good with their hands and cleaning, but I think people understand and maybe they feel as a nuisance, but if you're handling raw chicken, you have to wash your hands, and immediately after, if you're handling raw eggs and you crack them, you have to wash your hands again. And have you noticed that, where people even sometimes think they're doing the right things, but we have to re-educate them
all the time.
Yeah.
Cross-contamination is a big issue.
Okay.
And that's why we require that people are educated in food safety. But preventing cross-contamination is actually a huge tool as well in preventing foodborne illnesses. So obviously you can't go from cutting chicken on a surface to cutting salad on the same surface. And so cleaning, sanitizing, that's all very important. Also temperature, like food temperatures is
Sure.
very important. I tell people all the time, if you go into a place and you're not too certain about the safety that's being practiced, get something that's cooked. Don't get a salad.
Really?
That's not
Okay.
nice.
That's a good tool. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. Alan, anything you want to add on to that, or
Regarding, like,
whether it's the cleaning element, or just I think the part I'm trying to get is that a lot of the educational elements, when people hear the word education, they get nervous. They go, "It's school, it's reading," but a lot of those could be simple tasks. I think you would.
Common knowledge.
Yeah.
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 And that's what we try to do. We try to break it down for people and make it easy for them to understand and follow. Like you said earlier, hand washing is not exactly that difficult
Right.
in practice. It's more of a matter of building a habit, sometimes a matter of rearranging workflow if it comes down to
Yeah.
it, so that you have a sink that you can actually like use in a realistic way, because kitchens, even under the best of circumstances, they're busy. They can get kind of messy in the course of normal work. So
Yeah.
you never exactly operate under ideal conditions.
Right.
But it's still possible.
We live in a society as well, for better or worse, where there is a code, and we don't want to tell on other people or rat them out or let people know. But and it may be your favorite restaurant, place you go to once a week. And I hate to kind of put that onus on you or others, but I think from what, and you correct me if I'm wrong, you told me you kind of start from the beginning. How important is it that you alert your office and others if you get sick or you notice an odor or things of that nature?
Yeah, it's extremely important. In fact, when we go out and do these inspections, we issue a rating, a sanitary rating.
Okay.
And so we have 3 ratings right now. The best one is satisfactory, meaning you're in substantial compliance with food safety regulations. And then we have what's called a conditionally satisfactory, meaning you're good, but you need some improvements. And then we have unsatisfactory ratings, meaning you don't meet the minimum standards.
Okay.
And those places actually get shut down. And our goal is not to hurt the business owners,
Yeah.
but rather is to protect the public's health. And so when we shut them down, it's usually temporary until they get it together. And obviously there's that educational piece
Yeah.
as well.
How quickly, Alan or Taher, to take us on, once you are rated, whether it's an S or a U or whatever the rating is, that you can get re-rated? Is it weeks or months or
I
quarterly?
could take this one.
Yeah.
If you get a satisfactory, you're generally good for the calendar year,
Okay.
or depending on the institution we may want to visit more frequently, such as schools, nursing homes, daycares, things like that. If a place gets a conditional, like Taher said, that means they're generally doing the right thing, but there are a few issues we can't walk away from. So the timeline for that is typically 2 weeks.
Okay.
An unsatisfactory means that the place is shut down basically on the spot. This is, as you can imagine, pretty stressful for the business.
Yeah.
And we try to minimize that. Well, the way it works is that a restaurant or a store shut down in this manner remains closed until they correct the critical problems. Basically, whatever got them that rating needs to be fixed for them to reopen. And
Okay.
they are generally very motivated to correct these issues.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They can fix this within a matter of days. I'd say like 1 to 2 days is I'd say that's the most common time frame.
Okay. Good. How? Get
Very,
there. Yes.
very rarely do we take like legal action.
Okay.
I mean,
Good.
because not everyone complies.
Sure.
obviously. And so if we hit a dead end with a restaurant owner, then we actually do take them to court.
How much has now, off-site food truck festivals and off-site, Alan's rolling his eyes already. It's been an education, I'm sure, for you and your office, because not only now are we hoping a kitchen is satisfactory, but a mobile vehicle or a grill at an event. Is that just an extra layer, Alan, that you have to take on that you love so much, or? It's a new layer, correct? That what you guys would say?
Honestly, most food trucks tend to be pretty straightforward. They're small, so like there's not as much that can go wrong. The operation is like a lot more streamlined to fit into that food truck.
Right.
Lately, we have had some issues because of, you know, the very cold weather.
Sure.
A lot of food trucks have their plumbing frozen or the pipes they burst. So basically, if they don't have a backup source of water, or if like they cannot safely contain their wastewater, basically they cannot operate. It's not safe. They can't wash their hands. They couldn't wash their dishes if the need arose. If they're leaking bilge onto the streets, that's also no good.
Right. I guess same goes for in the summer to keep food at the appropriate cold temperature. I guess you run into similar issues in the summertime. So it's a whole other layer of your office, I guess, that in the last 5 to 7 years of kind of explaining food trucks now are so in vogue. It's a whole other element. I mean, you could be a 30-year work now. It could be food trucks, I would assume. How much do you notice is off-site?
We get a significant amount of special events throughout the city here, especially in warmer weather months. But even now, colder weather months, we're still dealing with a lot of food trucks.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well,
they're trendy. You know?
Yeah, they are very much so. Yeah. So, well, Alan Gong here, who is a registered health specialist in the food department here for the city of Trenton. Taher Mohamed-Ali, who's the principal registered environmental health specialist. REHS, taking care of your lead, your food separately,
Right.
and educating you, which I think sounds scary, but I think is really important and valuable and easy. I just educate myself in an hour, and I know I have to wash my hands now more because I am bad at it. So I'll just do more of that. Alan, you helped me, and are any foodborne illnesses in my home? So you already helped one person. So I appreciate that. We're going to step aside and take our next break and come back with more here. You're listening to Trenton Today on WBCB, presented as always by Capital Health and Haldeman Ford Subaru. We'll be right back.
Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Are you a parrot head? Not that kind. That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denio Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video stream live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
Welcome back here to Trenton Today. Matt Mirro here with you. Brian O'Neill taking care of all the engineering of this month's show, presented by Capital Health and Haldeman Ford Subaru. Joined this month by Taher Mohamed-Ali, who is the principal registered environmental health specialist for the city of Trenton, and his support team. We've talked about lead inspection, food inspections, safety, and Taher, if there's anything else the audience can, we want them to know, or important events or initiatives or things, by all means, now's the time to, let them know.
So at the local level, we do implement a variety of public health programs. We've talked about retail food safety. We've talked about the childhood lead prevention program. but we also carry out a few other programs, including recreational bathing safety. That includes the public pools that are open in the summer, as well as public health complaints that come in at random. And then we also have the youth camps that we inspect during the summer.
It's great. It's great. You know, for better or worse, you know, inspecting, you're wearing the badge, you're going in there looking, I think most people think, for vulnerabilities, but there's a reason behind that, and it's health and safety.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to bring Lascaria up with you because she was one of our camera operators. She's a junior here at Trenton Central, but she mentioned police and nursing, two things you want to help people. Lascaria, why do you think long-term you want to do potentially, whether it's law enforcement or nurse, you know, in your professional work?
Honestly, I just like the idea of finding criminals. I find it like exciting, honestly.
Tahir's the same thing with food and lead. He finds a lot of criminals. So.
And nursing, I feel like that's gonna be my second option.
Okay.
Because it's like more relaxed and taking care of patients.
Do you find it, you mentioned exciting to find criminals, but also to give maybe relief or satisfaction if people have been hurt by that individual?
Yeah, I feel like it's like, it feels good to help out somebody who may be in trouble.
That's great. Well, Taher does the same thing with food, and I'm sure you feel that as well. When you get a phone call that 10 to 12 people potentially have been infected by a foodborne illness, or there's a house with a 3-year-old with a lead, it's got to feel good at the end of the day to know you maybe potentially helped
Absolutely.
a wide net of people who got sick, or, you know, whatever it could have been.
It's very fulfilling. In fact, public health, so you've heard of medicine, which, you know, they tend to one patient at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Public health is considered population medicine. Everything that we do basically prevents an entire population of people from getting sick. So it is very fulfilling.
And working here in such a transient city where people are coming, I mentioned from North Jersey, Pennsylvania, it's got to feel good that there's, I mean, I hate to go back to, you know, a COVID situation, but it does kind of spiderweb out to where if someone gets a foodborne illness here and they go back to Pennsylvania and, you know, potentially get sick in the house, and someone picks up the other kind of specs of the element to it, it's got to feel good to know you're keeping not just the whole Trenton area safe, but also, you know, the neighboring communities as well.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
That's great. Lascari, maybe if law enforcement nursing work out, Taher can bring you on in the environmental world for you as well. You're a junior here. What events, what clubs, what things do you enjoy doing here on campus?
Honestly, I joined art club last year.
Okay.
And I find it like interesting, but like also fun because it feels like something you can just release your stress with from like the whole day of school. Because school can be stressful sometimes.
Very much so. Is any of your artwork around here? I've seen the couple pieces, or no?
No.
Is any hanging? No?
No.
It's more of therapeutic for you to do it? That's cool. That's great. Well, you stay there. I'm going to say goodbye to our main guest here, Taher Mohamed-Ali. We can't thank you again enough so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to bug these students now, as just like I bugged you. We can't thank you and your work and all the work you do here at the office. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
We're going to bring Ben Odrago around. He's going to come over in a few minutes and sit with where Mr. Taher Mohamed-Ali was. As he's getting set up and he's crawling real low to go into the cameras, we have a performer among us, Lascari. Do you know that? There is someone here who is not only going to Keene University to study, she told me, pediatric medicine, but she's an actor. She's an actress. She is in the play of Shrek that is here at Trenton Central in March. Montanel, who's done the audio for us today. Thank you so much for helping us out here today. So you got to talk louder than that, or we won't know. And I assume you're an actress. You can talk. Pediatric medicine, you told me you want to study next year.
Yeah.
But you also like acting. Is there any like correlations there? Not really?
Actually, no, not really.
Okay.
I like doing a lot of things for fun. I like picking up hobbies, but I pick up theater around 8th grade, and then I started doing it more and more. And my mom has a mental health. I have mental health, so I just pick up more hobbies and more. So usually when I do, my mom would like yell at me so that I can stop.
Mm-hmm.
So now I just stick to like doing videos and acting. I was in Aladdin last year as a dancer, and then this year I was supposed to stay as a dancer, but because most of the people that we had called out last minute, so we had to change a lot of roles. And she gave me the ugly duckling. I was supposed to be a fairy, just a background character, and then I got the ugly duckling. I don't really have that much line, but I do have a lot of lines in the songs, and I'm like one of the main dancers out of the 5. So yeah, pediatrician. The reason I picked that was because I love children. I love taking care of children. I have 3 siblings. I have raised them since birth. I was there for the birth included. My youngest, she turned 14 this month on the 16th. She turned 14, and then my second sister, she's turning 7 next May, and my little brother, he's 3 currently, and they're also picking up my hobbies.
Really?
Yes.
So you're inspiring a whole new generation.
My little brother, he do sports, but he kind of more like is into babies more, so he likes to play around babies. And my sister recently, well, she's not my sister, she's my cousin, and she recently had a baby. He's my god baby, and when he came over, he really wanted like another baby brother, and we were like, no, we cannot have no more,
correct.
because I'm going to college and there will be nobody to look after them. I'm usually like the main emergency thing, because I'm the one who speaks most English in my household. So yeah, so pretty much, yeah. I wanted also to work at the NICU, but I had to cut that out for now.
Okay.
So right now I'm just sticking with pediatrician. So
you kind of play a doctor some days. In the wintertime, kids are sick or they need something. You can kind of, you're kind of already doing some of that work without being, educationally trained yet for it.
Yeah, I've taken care of my siblings since very, very young. They get sick really easily, and my sister, she would fall off beds really young, and then she'll get sick after that. And I had to always like stick with her, even in the middle of the night, even during schools. My little brother, he gets sick and he throws up a lot. My 14-year-old sister hates it, so I have to be there to clean it. So yeah.
Well, that's a lot of work. Well, I appreciate that. Something else that's a lot of work is getting a play together. Talk about the upcoming Shrek play here at Trenton Central. How much time and energy and months of preparation you've put into that?
A lot.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
I believe it.
Even though we don't have that much people, we just keep on going and stuff. And when they come, we just like update them. Yesterday was actually off book. We started off book yesterday. Some of us got it. Our Shrek is ready. Our Fiona is also ready. So is our donkey. We need to stop giving her sugar because she's too overhyped. So so we're thinking of giving her sugar before the play, so that
smart.
she can be very hyped, because she is Donkey, and Donkey is like a very hype person.
Absolutely.
So it's been much fun, and
Remind people when the show is. What time curtains go up?
March 27th and March 28th.
Okay. That's a Saturday. Is it a Friday and Saturday, I guess?
Yes.
Or, okay.
March 27th is around 7.
Okay.
And on that Saturday, March 28th, is at 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do not know when she's putting out the things for tickets yet. So unless she tells me, I cannot give.
That's okay. We have the dates now, and we'll put it out to people. So I appreciate that. Montana, all the best with finishing up here your senior year. Good luck next year. We thank you for all the help. Ascari, thank you for the help today. Good luck with your. Well, you're still here for another year. We have you for another year.
Yeah.
So we're going to bug you next year. We're going to bug someone else who's going to crawl over here is Ben Odrago, because he's been hanging out with us all year. Ben, come on, get over here, man. Come on, I want to talk to you. Ben's been on this probably since, I feel like every month he's here. He's helping us out, so we can't thank him enough. And he's another junior here. And let's go. You can stay there if you want. We're going to have Ben come on. Ben's also a junior, wants to do business marketing maybe in college. Ben, you spend a lot of time in here in Mr. Clonigio's room. Do you like some of the video production elements and things of that nature?
Yeah, I like it. It's a way to get creative and like create videos and music. And I like him as a teacher. So.
All right, good job. He's doing a good job. Well, music. Do you like doing? What's like your favorite kind of? Is it the back end, like editing, production, being on the air? What do you like doing the most, probably of everything?
Like,
do you make your own music or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beats.
You do? Okay.
I like to make beats.
Cool.
And this class really
Nice. That's
I
beautiful.
do get creative.
Okay. You mentioned you're at this point thinking about studying business marketing. Do you want to stay in that kind of production area with that, or somewhere else, or what are you thinking maybe long term you want to do once you graduate high school?
No, I'm gonna do business.
Yeah.
Business marketing. Been made my mind up for a long time, so.
You make a dream job. If in 10 years, me and Brianne and Mario are going to see you at your office, what are you doing? What are you, in your mind?
I'm probably going to be managing a lot of business and, controlling what they do and
Cool.
stuff like that.
Oscari, same goes for you. In 10 years, if we all go see you, what's like your dream job and we go see you?
I would probably like be in the police force.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking about detective because that sounds like interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's great. Montellina, same goes for you. In 10 years, if we see you, you're in a NICU unit helping babies out, or?
Yeah, I would love to hold babies during the NICU, and I found out they're actually fun.
Okay.
One my cousin actually work in the NICU, so I get to see her doing that a lot.
Okay. Armani's not on camera, but I'm gonna just scream it to her. Armani, 10 years, what do we want to be doing in 10 years? What are you thinking? We'll get you on camera next month.
10 years, I feel like I'll be coaching someone.
Coaching someone. All right. So Armani is a junior as well. Helps out with Cameron, wants to do athletic training or coaching. So that's great. Well, look, it's really important. We get a lot of unique individuals in the city of Trenton, politicians, things like that. But without all of your help, we can't do it. And I know Brand feels the same way. Really appreciate the effort. You're here at school, giving us your time. We can't thank you all enough. And it's a big help to do this show every month with you. So thank you so much, all of you. And we thank you for listening. As the bell rings, we wrap up this month's Trenton Today, presented always by Capital Health and Haldeman Ford Subaru. For next month, myself, Brandon O'Neill, and everyone from WBCB saying so long and have a good day.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.